Hey guys. Frustrating, yes? Welcome to the world of software engineering, where your life is going to be mostly a long, long string of failures punctuated by very fleeting moments of success. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We're going to get this worked out. We're putting our heads together. We're trying to figure out the best strategy. We know one thing for sure is that we can absolutely do this through the wire. Hack Reactor does this every day with their remote program. They have trained thousands of people with much less bandwidth than we have in some cases. So we can absolutely do this. We need to know a couple things. We need to know what exactly you're getting in terms of connection speeds up and down. So if one or two of you could take charge of that, test the bandwidth every 20 minutes across the full day and see kind of what we're dealing with. If it looks like we're dealing with very low bandwidth, we've got a few strategies. One is just to delay everything 1 hour on your side. So we do a lecture here, we publish it on the YouTube, and you download it, and we're pretty much in sync. That might be the easiest thing to do. We can certainly translate speech to text. There's a bunch of different programs that do that. So no sound required. Basically a reading exercise during the lectures. So, we're going to play around with the technology, microphones, potentially a PA system on your side. But we need your patience, and we need your imagination. It's not a wicked problem. We can crack this nut probably quicker than we think. We've experimented with Zoom. I think we've experimented with Skype, maybe Hangouts. There's 20 other video platforms that we could use if Zoom's not working, or if Skype or Hangouts is not working. So we're going to go through those over the next day or two and figure out what is the best medium. But short of that, we will just continue to publish videos. Everybody will be working in sync. We can do 95%. We can get you 95% there just on Slack and recorded videos. This is how most programs in the world operate. You guys did Code Academy. There was no instructors. There was no facilitators, hackers in residence, fellows, whatever you want to call them. There was no support. Many programs like Free Code Camp, Code Academy, Khan Academy, people do those programs every day, and they teach themselves they learn software engineering. So we're providing the roadmap. We're providing the technical lectures. We're providing the space in Gaza. We're providing feedback on your progress. We're providing a lot of things. But we need for you guys to also be somewhat creative, and to sort of do what we ask you to do. This is incredibly important. The difference between a good engineer and a sort of a mediocre engineer in our program is good engineers have followed directions. They've done exactly what we've asked them to do, and they've figured out how to navigate the technical hurdles. So over the next couple of days, we're going to be trying out a few things. We're open to ideas, absolutely. If you've got a suggestion, let us know. And hopefully by Saturday, we'll have the strategy pretty much down. We got to get you guys to 70 miles an hour. Hack Reactor's program starts at 50 miles an hour. You need to be going at least 20 miles an hour faster, because the program will run you over. And this is largely because of the language delta, the language difference. English is not your first language. So we'll make the determination probably at the end of next week how fast you're going. If it looks like you're going 60, 65 miles an hour, we'll probably make prep a 4-week program. So we're just 2 more weeks left. If it looks like you're only going 50 miles an hour, then we're probably going to need another 2 weeks to get you to 70. So we've got some time before we start the immersive program. None of this material should be new to you. This should be stuff that you were exposed to either with Free Code Camp, with the Udacity JavaScript program, or with Hack Reactor's Prep. So we're not asking you to do a whole lot of mental heavy lifting here. But it's imperative that you understand these concepts and that you've sort of internalized them, because everything in the immersive builds on these concepts. So we're gonna get there. You know, I know you're frustrated, but frustration and confusion is the first step on the path towards enlightenment. There's no growth without a little bit of pain. And it just so happens that this kind of pain that you're experiencing, this kind of frustration, is very similar to the frustration that you're going to feel when you get into industry and you can't figure out why something's not working. So this is a good test, if you will. Use it as an opportunity to increase your resilience, to raise your pain threshold, and to develop a sort of higher tolerance for ambiguity, for uncertainty. Those are all traits that will serve you well as software engineers and in life in general. We're giving you a $27,000 value, street value. That's what this education cost you if you were in the United States. $27,000. We're giving it to you for free. For free. So we would hope that you would see the value in working with us, using your imagination to help us figure this out. Our goal is to get you ultimately through this program and to hire you. So we're not going to do anything that's going to sort of violate that trust or to sort of break our promise to you, which is to deliver a 5-star experience. Yes, it's a little rough around the edges. This is the nature of an agile learning system that's constantly in flux, that's constantly changing. So zoom out a little bit and kind of change your perspective. Only if to understand that the goal sits 3.5 months down the road, and we'll get there. We absolutely will get there. And if this is just too frustrating for you, you're probably not going to make it as a software engineer. I mean, you've chosen a profession that there is a huge degree of ambiguity, a huge degree of uncertainty. And like I said, most of your software career is going to be failing. It's going to be trying stuff that doesn't work, trying it again, sometimes trying it for weeks. And then finally, it works and you feel good, life is awesome, but then you're going to go right back to failing again. And unless you can appreciate failing, unless you can celebrate failing, unless you can learn to love failing, because it's the most direct pathway to learning, then you're going to struggle. This program will chew you up and spit you out, I promise you. So you were chosen because we felt that you had a very, very high potential to make it through this program, that you had grit, which is passion, and perseverance. We knock you down 100 times, you get up 101 times. That's why you were chosen. So we're expecting to see that we've chosen correctly. Um, and we trust that each and every one of you has that within you. Uh, so so this will be a mutual effort to get this working, to get the flow established. And like I said, we're going to try to deliver some help as soon as possible. Actually advertised on LinkedIn today. I've been in touch with volunteers from the United States that have expressed supporting us here in Jordan. I'm not sure how enthusiastic they will be about going to Gaza, because all they ever hear about Gaza is, bad stuff. So, um, so we've got a bunch of options. We've got a bunch of strategies. We're going to launch a program. We're going to launch a school in Gaza, Q1, quarter one of next year. It is our expectation that each and every one of you will be supporting our program in some way. Either you will be teaching the prep programs in multiple locations, which will feed students into the immersive program, or you'll be involved in the immersive program directly. So that's our goal. And I would invite you guys to go back and review the sort of welcome to RBK lecture, the how to succeed at RBK lecture, the effective pairing lecture, the stress reduction lecture, and apply some of these principles and sort of internalize some of this knowledge, because it's going to serve you well moving forward. So again, we can do this. This is not a wicked problem. We can absolutely crack this nut. If you got any ideas, certainly ping Hanan. If you're feeling like, wow, this is probably not something for me, I just can't deal with this level of uncertainty or this level of frustration, then have a conversation, certainly first with Hanan, but I invite you to ping me on Slack as well, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on, or figure out how to get you over the hump. All right? So have a good weekend, and we will see all of you guys on Saturday.